Hermosa Beach welcomed Culture Club South Bay to the community. And I was there with my podcast. I even hosted a live auction. Local politicians were there, old-time surfers. What a great night at the museum. Well, this is Boyd the Broker. You know, I suffered a major stroke in 2021, but now I've become an example of what can be accomplished with dedication, family, and above all, hope. I'm willing to discuss anything so that others will find inspiration to recover as well as I have. And we're back on iHeartRadio. It's Boyd the Broker Podcast, Real Estate Wealth and Wellness. Bill, can I call you Billy? Would that be weird? Would that be weird if I called you Billy? I mean, we just technically we met, but we know the same guys. So we've been in the circle. You were selling DVDs up and down. I might have even bought a DVD from you. What do you think of that, Billy?
Do I look like a Billy to you?
No, you do, actually.
All right, then call me Billy.
But my dad's name was Bill.
Well, you know, when you get to the
when you become an adult, you got to take off the Billy, right? Then you're
that's
Bill.
The thing. I wanted to drop the Y once I hit the back nine.
And you grew up in the South Bay, right?
I did not. I actually grew up in the Northeast on the east end of Long Island.
Wow. That I grew up in Canada. Beat that.
Whereabouts in Canada?
Edmonton, Alberta. Oof. Learned how to skate before I learned how to walk. Froze my fingers. I don't know how many times. And then I wanted to, so my wife's from Honduras. We married 24 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. My son, first year at Berkeley. The secret is know your place. Right? I love the camera and I pretend to be the boss, but I am not I am nothing.
Know your lane.
I am know my lane. Yeah, I'm on camera and that's about it. And I have a voice. And you know what? It works out really well though. But my son was a junior lifeguard.
Okay.
And he grew up. I tried to get him surfing more. It was probably for me because I grew up in Canada, so there's no surfing, and I thought, man, why wouldn't I get my son surfing? You know. But you have a son, 16.
I do. He's a junior at Miracosta High School.
Nice. My son graduated Miracosta. Took tennis, 4 years of tennis. Yeah.
Go Mustangs.
Yeah, it was really good. Go Mustangs. Only one kid?
I have two. I have a daughter who's 13. She's at the middle school.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you got, wow, see.
I'm in it.
There's no sugarcoating that, is there? You're in it. But you know what? It's a great place to be, isn't it? It is. There's no other place you'd rather be, I can assume.
So I, grew up in the East Coast, went to school in the Northeast. My roommate from college, his parents moved to Manhattan Beach in 96. I spent the summer out here and just absolutely fell in love with this place. I go, this is where I want to raise my family. This is where I want to be long-term. And so, fun fact, I used to work at the local yoke down in El Porto.
Oh, local yoke, of course. Yeah, I live in El Porto. Okay. Remember the beach hut?
I do.
Oh, man. Remember the Howley breakfast?
I do.
It was $2. So I just dated myself. $2 Howley breakfast.
Yep.
And that was just the bomb. And you know what? I'm type 1 diabetic, and I shouldn't be eating any of this crap, but I would eat that Hawaiian sweetbread with that teriyaki sauce. Holy man, that was the bomb.
Yes, it was.
So what does giving back mean to you? You wrote in the card, giving back. Tell me, what does that mean?
You know, now that I'm older and I have 2 kids, and I think a lot about my legacy. I think about, what my tombstone's going to say. I think about, what people, are going to think most about me, or, what I'm going to leave behind. And so, yeah, for me, I'm so blessed. I have such an incredible life. I'm so grateful for everything I've been through and have had, and I've had such incredible experiences. I just feel like I owe it back.
That's heavy,
especially this community.
Yeah, Bill, I appreciate that. I retired young, and I did very, very well in real estate, and then I came back, and of all things, I had a stroke. I had a hemorrhagic stroke.
Wow.
And you're going to understand this part of it because it's associated with giving back. It's just about being grateful.
Yeah.
I was 37 days in the hospital, and it was during Omicron COVID, and my son couldn't visit me.
Wow.
And, everybody says, oh, live for tomorrow. It's not guaranteed. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
And you learn humility.
Yeah.
And being around the South Bay and around different income levels and different things that that you experience. I was worried that my son, so he was a freshman at Miracosta when I was in the hospital. And I thought, geez, you know what? I'm going to stunt his growth. He's going to be worried about his dad in the corner or whatever's going to happen. And so what happened was when I came home, I came out running. I said, you know what? This ain't going to happen. And you can tell I have energy that comes from somewhere that is deep into me. And my son, I saw that when you get your butt kicked, you get up and you go, is that all you got? And you go forward. And instead of doing a disservice to my son, I believe my son got to see something about the real part of life. And the positive part of that story is writes his college essay on this experience and gets into Berkeley. Yeah. And so, I go around and talk to people about things. Get up, move forward, keep your nose clean, and be grateful for tomorrow, be grateful for yesterday, and live for today. Yeah, I agree. For me, I think you got one shot in this life. If you live it right, once is enough. That's sort of my motto, and I completely agree with you. It's really special this evening to have Culture Club. Tell me your association with Culture Club, because Allison Hales has really brought an awareness of something. What do you talk to me about that? Yeah, first of all, I'm riding her coattails. She is the force behind Culture Club. I got connected with Allison 6 years ago. I was running a surf camp during COVID because there was nothing for my kids to do. It quickly grew into this sort of organically, this huge sort of surf camp. It wasn't going to be forever. And I knew that, I had something there. It was called Ohana Surf Club, and Ohana in Hawaiian. If you live in Maui, it means family, means, togetherness and inclusion. And so I saw the work that Allison was doing on the Bruce's Beach Task Force, really starting to understand the history of Bruce's Beach and, the racial unrest. And I just saw this as a great opportunity to sort of take what I was doing at the beach, because the beach is, it's my happy place. It is, it's where I, would go when maybe things weren't, so great on land. And when I would, as soon as I step in that water, it just was like a whole different world. And my life just, completely got better. And so anyways, I wanted to pay it forward. I thought I had something really cool here, especially with the local kids, but I wanted to expand it. And I saw Allison's platform. And I said, okay, I want to hitch my wagon to her. And so that's when I reached out to her, and I, had the idea of like, hey, let's offer some, surf lessons or free beach programming to maybe kids from underserved communities. She thought it was a great idea, and that's sort of how it started. But the halo effect of Culture Club, not just for the kids that we support. A lot of these kids come from underserved communities. We also get a bunch of kids from local that need it too. These are kids that, I remember, talking with a girl who was 12 years old, and I said, where do you live? She goes, I live in that house, which is probably a $10 million home on the Strand. And then she started to tell me about how she has a hard time at school and she's got no friends and she eats lunch in a classroom. And I'm just like, this girl has every resource to her. Obviously very wealthy family, but clearly not getting the support that she's getting. And over the 4 weeks, I developed a really beautiful relationship with her and got her in the water and got her excited. And that was eye-opening to me as well. Wow. But then just all the kids that I taught how to surf during COVID, they all became my surf coaches. And so it's that sort of that give back as well. So, it's just been incredible. It really has. Well, that's full circle. I really appreciate that. Honored to have met you, Bill. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, what a great night. Boyd the Broker, real estate, wealth, wellness. Oh man, you got my head going. You know that? I say that 1,000 times a day, and you got me thinking about that girl and about it. You know what you said that got me really thinking? All the kids that you've helped are now your surf coaches.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Yeah.
That meant something. Like
And
that.
we're getting these kids back too.
Oh,
These
see,
kids-
that's what this
coming
is all
back.
about, right?
Yeah.
That man.
And I'll tell you that my biggest lesson from all of this is the more you give, the more you get.
Wow.
Oh.
Well, there it is. Real estate, wealth, and wellness. Now I got my head back on me. iHeartRadio, Boyd the Broker podcast. Thank you, Bill.
Thanks for having me.
I'm Boyd the Broker. I appreciate you tuning into my podcast. I live in the real world. Where do you live?